Hi, everyone. Crystal Sayers here. We're just getting everything going for tonight. Thank you for your patience. All right. We're getting there. There we go. Super excited. How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. How's it going? We're just getting everything all set up here. So hopefully you are able to see and to join. Just going to share this in a couple places. All right. Okay, here we go. How's everybody doing? Just gonna pull this up here so I can see everybody. Hello, hello. It's been a little while. I'm Crystal Sayers. For those who don't know me, I'm the owner of New Beginnings Health and Wellness. And I'm super, super excited to be back on and live here with you guys. So we're gonna do some fun stuff today. And yeah, just pulling out all the stops and let's just see what comes up for each of you who are watching today. So I see we have Denny on. Hello, Denny. Hi, Dawn. Nice to see you on. Hi, Mark. Great to have you. Thank you so much for participating here today. I'm just going to tag a couple people because I asked if I would do that. So let me just do that really quick. There we go. How's everybody doing? Where are you guys watching from? Please let me know. All right. Sorry about the little noisy fan in the background, but it's pretty warm here. We're still sitting at 30 or 32 degrees. So yeah. Hey, okay, we're going to get started here right away. Leslie, hello, hello. So if you would like a reading or some energy healing, just let me know. If you have a specific question you are looking to have answered, let me know. I'm going to be channeling Source or God, and I'm going to be channeling a council of light beings here as well to help serve, who are really here to help serve us and support us. So, and we'll see if anything else comes in. I have cards that I'm going to be pulling as well. So Spruce Grove, hello, hello. Awesome. All right, so great to have you guys. Sometimes there is a little bit of a delay, so it's kind of a bit of a pain in that way, but that's okay. So if I'm not seeing you, you might have to just put a couple little extra notes in there. Let me know you're here. And yeah, Denny says on a medical holiday in Vernon, BC. Allison, hello. So good to be here. I can't even tell you guys how excited I am to be here. I've kind of just been in like coast mode. So it's been interesting to see sort of how provision has even been made for that. I recently was talking with I was just talking with my guides and I'm like, you know what? I'm really tired. And I just like, I still want to work, but I want to be able to actually really enjoy the summer. And they're like, you know what, just coast for the next 2 weeks. So I'm like, I'm still working, but things are coming in and it's a really beautiful flow right now. It feels so good. And yeah, anyway, just some really amazing things have been happening, even just as a result of being in rest mode and sort of just having sort of my guides and God just provide in another way for me. So that's been really beautiful. Dawn says, I'm open to any messages that Source or any light beings have for me. Okay, awesome. Well, cheers, everyone. And yeah, okay, so interesting. Hi, Satwinder. Nice to see you. Satwinder's like my friend from Mexico. And sorry, not from Mexico. She's from Calgary. And Anyway, I went to Mexico and it was really, a really lovely time, and we had connected. And so anyway, sorry about the mix up there. Great to have you on. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you on as well. Okay, nice deep breaths. And I'm just going to kind of like tune in, and I'm just bringing the guides in as well. And first of all, we'll probably finish off with like a reading for the collective as well, because those who can't be here as well, I really want people to be able to receive something too. And yeah, so I'm just kind of just bringing them in, and you guys can just take a few nice deep breaths, relax, and let's see what comes up. You might find that even if the reading is not for you, but something comes up and it resonates with you, it's also could be meant for you as well. This happens a lot because those who actually come are part of a collective group. You all are part of a group of people, and we're all here for a specific reason. So sometimes the message actually that comes through, even though it's for someone else, if it resonates with you as like truth for you, then it's yours. Receive it. Awesome. Okay, Mark, I'm open to any messages. Hello, Norma. Hi. Okay, great to have you guys on here. All right, so let's get started. Let's go with Dawn Lalonde. And I just feel just pull a couple cards related to energies that you're working with right now. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so the cards that I pulled for you, Dawn, are the first one that came up actually was death. And death doesn't necessarily mean a physical death, but it's the end of a cycle and the beginning of something new. So oftentimes when the death card comes, it means that something is being put away, put aside. And it's like old things, like childhood things is what's coming up. It's like childhood thoughts or things that sort of surface. These kinds of things are being, the word that I'm hearing they're saying is like, are being put to bed. So you guys, I'm really sorry. Just give me 1 second because I need to go and turn this fan down. It's too noisy. Okay, well, that was fun. Sorry about that. I'm like, okay, that's just driving me nuts. Okay, so back to you, Dawn. Hi, Joey. Nice to see you. So it's the end of a cycle. It's the end of some childhood things that have been surfacing. They're actually on their way out. So this is the energy that you've been working with, is letting things go. The death card often is about letting stuff go. And then the energy that you're working with currently, Dawn, is the energy of anger. And when anger is healthy, it actually is a signal for us to take action, that we need to do something. It helps. Anger actually creates a bit of discontentment. It helps us to understand that we need to, again, to take action related to something that is not in alignment. And so you're working with the energy of anger. This is actually a really beautiful energy to work with as a gift to help us move forward and to make some changes really quickly. And then if you carry on with this, the energy that's actually coming in to support you as well is the energy of peace. So it's like that sense of tranquility and calm. So you're moving with the energy of peace. This is coming in to actually support you. And the way that I would encourage, or sort of what's coming through, is like, it's the word allowance. So when we're in a state of sort of shifting out of judgment or any criticalness, whether that be of ourselves or of others, it allows the body and the mind to actually relax. And so part of this is like shifting from a survival type of mode into a thrival. I'm going to say thrival because I like that word. Survival to thrival. Now it's survival to thriving. So it's really about shifting into the vibrance. And in order to do that, we have to be in that state of allowance and peacefulness. So it's allowing things to be what they are, to be able to really accept it, to settle with it, I feel like it's not really about resolving to remain where you are in your life, but that the acceptance will allow the body and the mind to relax and to shift into a different state. So I feel like for you, it's flow coming in as well. So I hope that is helpful for you, Dawn. I'm excited actually to see what happens. So you'll have to keep me posted. Lots of shifting. And again, you know, anger can be very disruptive, but it actually is meant to serve a purpose. And so it's meant to help us move forward. So for those who are feeling a lot of disruption and anger right now in your life, I've definitely had some moments of that. Allow it to be the gift that it's meant to be. It's serving a purpose to help us actually shift and move forward. Beautiful. Dawn says, all makes perfect sense. Awesome. Wonderful. Wonderful. Nice to see you guys on. If you're just hopping on, please say hello. We'd love to hear from you. And okay, let's see what comes up here. Oh, I had Satwinder coming to mind here. So let's do a card for Satwinder. Couple cards. Let's see what energy. I'm in these energy cards. These are really beautiful. It's a beautiful deck, actually. And so the energy that's on its way out that you've been working with is the energy of reflection. So reflection allows us to kind of slow down, to take space, to sort of clear things out so that we can get clear on where we are going next. And so this is the energy you've been working with. The energy that you're currently working with right now that's actually supporting you is it's the energy of the ghost, or the unseen is what I would call it. So it's the unseen things within the unseen realm. And what I'm hearing actually is like the council saying that you have access to higher wisdom right now, that your angels and guides are very present. They're saying in your time of need. So I'm just hearing them say they're calling you dear one, and they're commenting about how much they appreciate you. And they're showing me a picture of you sort of in a space of sort of head down a little bit with a few tears, but it's like, it's a deep softness, and there's a beautiful comforting energy that's actually coming in from the unseen realm. And then the outcome of working with these energies is the energy coming in that's to support you is determination. So it's got a picture of a sun. I don't know if you can see it, and it's got a mountain. And so there's a mountain before you, but there is a lot of light. There's a lot of joy, and the ability and the strength to really move with the energy of determination to help you move forward. I feel like you're about to shift timelines, meaning that that a new awareness is actually coming, and that awareness will actually help you go. I feel like it's like the light's going to come on again. It's like the yellow. It's like, boom, the light comes on, and then we just shift. And I see you and your partner shifting into something completely different, but it's starting with the consciousness or your level of awareness. And this is going to open up new avenues of, I feel like, of income for you, as well as connections. So hopefully that is helpful to you, my friend. And yeah, let's see what else. Mark says, my left ear has been finishing. I think you meant ringing for 2 weeks. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let's talk about Mark here for a second. I knew what you meant. I was just teasing you. Oh, I'm getting the Gateway of Light activation deck. Beautiful, beautiful. Hi, Cheryl. Great to have you on. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to try and get to everybody if I can. So I've got an hour, so we're good. Let's see what comes up for Mark. There's stuff I could tell you about the ears and all of that kind of thing, but the ears, I'll just say this. I feel like your guides are actually saying, they're singing you the song, do you hear what I hear? So it's like they're asking you if you're listening, if you're hearing what needs to be heard. So there's something missing. Left side is the feminine energy, can be associated with mother or just the feminine in general. Oh, this is interesting. So they're saying can you distinguish between healthy feminine and unhealthy feminine? So they're asking you if you know or understand the difference between what healthy feminine energy looks like and what unhealthy feminine energy looks like. And I'll just say this to all of us, that we all have both masculine and feminine energies, and we need both energies in order to move through life with in a beautiful sense of flow and the ability to be productive and to make decisions. So masculine energy is about sort of decision making, moving things forward, that type of energy, as well as a lot of sort of like security and sort of like a deep clarity. So the ability to be really clear, to get clear, that's the feminine energy, and then to be able to discern, to make decisions, but discernment is connected to this as well. So it feels like there's a lot of fast moving parts. There's things that are moving really, really quickly. So I'm getting the word like action. There's a lot of action, a lot of fast moving parts within your life, within your work situation. And the left ear ringing is, can you listen? Can you hear what is needing to be heard? Left side is also our emotion, connected to our emotions and our past as well. The word triggering is coming up as well. So there's something around sort of triggering, and it feels like your guides are just trying to get your attention. And so what came up for you was the Thoth light codes, and it says light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. I feel like this is connected to this great teacher awakening, has to do with, I'm hearing the word like reinventing yourself. So I'm seeing sort of like almost like a reset, a reboot. But the word that sort of makes more sense, or sort of the frequency, is about a reinventing of yourself. So the identity that you are, or that you think you are, is not really who you are. And it's like, I feel like your guides and the council is really encouraging you to sort of disconnect from who you think you are and pull out from this. So this is actually a really great a way for all of us to actually really to disconnect with sort of who we think we are, because this is an avatar, right? This is like your body and all of the experiences you've had and the roles that we play in each other's lives are basically, it's like, this is the avatar in the game. This is your role. This is your player. But it's not all of who you are. Who you are, actually, if you step away from that identity, when you disconnect, you basically will step into I am. You step into, you're basically just complete consciousness. So it's like you realize, and you can even have compassion for the person that you are, the Mark, or, because I'm talking to Mark, but you can even have compassion and some understanding and just some grace for the avatar, the role that you played, but it's not really all that you are, because your soul sees so much more. And so in terms of like the bigger picture, you decided that you would come in and you would play this role, and you would decide part of like how you wanted to, what you wanted to experience. And there's significant milestones, but not everything is set in stone. So we all still have a choice. But I feel like it would be you're really being encouraged to sort of disconnect from the identity, Mark, that you think you are, and step into your higher self, because your higher self there's so much more wisdom there. And so I'm just getting this thing around the great teacher awakening for you. So there's, let your higher self, let the soul, which really is like, we're a fractal of God, we're a part of God. And so as a result of that, we see the bigger picture, and we can become the observer. And it's through the observing that we begin to step into this great teacher awakening, when we can be in the midst of our situation and then take a few steps back and just observe the person, the avatar, the physical body, the being that's here. We get a different perspective on so many levels. So there's so much more I could teach about this, but this is just a little bit for everyone, but for you specifically, Mark, I feel like that's really going to help you. And then the energy that you're working in, which is so interesting, is the energy of surrender. So this in the tarot would be like the Hanged Man. And it's not a negative thing. It's actually a calling to let go. It's a calling to, again, I'm just getting this thing around sort of disconnecting from the identity and understanding that you really are a part of the whole. It's actually such a beautiful shift and transition. So as we're talking, actually you're moving. This is about creating awareness so that you can actually shift into that. So you may not feel this way right now, but I feel like in the next couple of days, you're going to have a big, this is a big shift for you. And for many who are open and who are ready for that. So if you can't receive it, it's really okay. There's no pressure, right? When you're ready, you're ready. So beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, let's see what else. I hope that helps. Let me know. All right, who is on here? Oh, let's go to, oh, there's so many. I want to get to everybody. Leslie Grover, if you're still here, let me know. That would be great. I'm just getting as well, while I'm waiting for Leslie to let me know, I'm just getting Denny, if you're on, which I believe you are. I'm going to just do a quick one for you. So you are on a medical holiday. Ooh, council is saying, this is what I hear for you, Denny. Receive, my dear. You are loved and you are not alone. This is really funny. So Denny's husband passed away, and he's visited me a couple of times. And my guides are saying, tell her what he told you, because I keep forgetting to tell you when we connect. They're wanting me to tell you what he said, and he has said this several times over the last several days, and for whatever reason, I just kept forgetting to contact you. But he kept saying, tell Denny that I love her. That's all he said, but he said it like 3 or 4 times in a row in the past week. And he's just like, tell Denny I love her. So he loves you so much. He's saying, I am well. I am well. Don't worry about me. He's really wanting you. Actually, it's so funny because he's coming through. He's like right here. And he's saying, so this is Carrie who passed away. And he's saying, it's time for you to look after you now. It's time for you to take care of yourself. So you do what you need to do so that you can live the life that you really wanted to. And let's see what comes up. So this is the energy of frustration that you're working with. So the frustration or sense of discontentment. Again, this came up in a collective reading yesterday. So did anger. So it's interesting, right? We're working with these energies. They're here to support us. So frustration is a low grade anger. And it's basically here to help you change. It's to help you step forward and to create the change that you want. So I feel like that's just confirmation. And then under the deck is fear, the energy of fear coming in to help support you. Fear is about safety. So this is about creating a space of safety while also stepping forward to begin to live the life that you would like to live as you move forward. I see you there, Leslie. Thank you. I will do your reading next. And yeah, so it feels to me, it's like time to let go of the fear. It's time to let go of the shackles, things that have been holding you back. And it's time for you to really be free. Hi, Tanis. Nice to see you on. Okay, hopefully that helps. Leslie. Okay, let's see what's coming up for Leslie. If you guys have like specific questions too, feel free to ask your questions. We'll see what the guides have to say about that as well. Awesome, awesome. Mark says that's perfect. Thank you. Good. I'm glad. Yes, Tanis, the replay will be available. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So for you, Leslie, the first card that came up, the energy that you've been working with is the energy of hunger. It's related to, it's connected to desire. is also connected to the stomach and the digestive system. So this is about nourishment. It's about doing things that you've been working with the energy associated with hunger that actually helps to is helping you to create something that's really nourishing within your life and within your being. So it's like there's something around the satisfaction. It's like when you've had a really, really great, good, tasty meal. It's like the settling in, and it's like, oh, that just like hit the spot. I'm hearing the council says X marks the spot. So it's like there's something related to, they're saying a treasure. There's treasure related to actually coming into this space of contentment and the nourishment of the soul. They're saying as well, though, there's something around a food change for you. So it's like shifting something up in your diet. I'm getting the word routine. It's like they're saying switch up something related to your routine needs to be changed. It's almost like when I tune into your body goes boring. So it's like it needs like a new challenge, so to speak, even when it comes to food. So I feel like, yeah, change to your palate, to what you're actually eating as well. And interestingly enough, the ghost energy is coming in. So this is about the unseen realm coming in. This is part of like what's supporting you right now is they're saying new ideas. So you've been flooded with lots of ideas. And what I'm hearing you say is sort of like, yeah, but I'm not sure how to get it really all off the ground. And I feel like they're saying, start asking us for the connections, start being just like, shift your energy, shift your thoughts to stuff around really being open to new connections that are really in alignment with the authenticity of your expression, if that makes sense. Those are like the specific words that they said. And then the other card that I pulled here was from the activation deck, and this is the halls of learning. Oh, this is fascinating. It says, again, literally the word confirmation is on here. So they're saying spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. So there's a beautiful shift. Again, I get the word like teacher awakening for you as well. So I hope that helped. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's see what else. Joey. Okay, let's go to Joey. Leslie says, I love it. Thanks so much. It's my honor, my pleasure. I love doing this, you guys. Like this is so great, but sometimes we got to take a little break from it. So I did. And I was like inspired today. I'm like, oh, I need to go live today. My goodness, I have so much to share, like so much. I've been just really learning and shifting and doing a lot of stuff in my own life. And I'm like, oh, I have so much to share with everyone. So things will be coming down the pipe here soon. Hi, Shelly. Okay, so let's see here. So who did I call? Joey, there we go. Okay. So Joey, what I'm hearing for you, so your question was, you were asking about a person who is your twin. Just looking for the actual question. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm asking. I'm just wanting to read the question, see the question again here and just make sure I'm clear. Because you were asking if it's one thing or the other, right? And what I'm hearing, well, I'll just tell you what I'm hearing because I can't find your question. Okay, so here's what I was hearing. It's a soul contract. It's a soul contract as opposed to whatever it was that you were asking about. There's some differentiating. Oh, twin flame or twin soul. What I got, the card that I pulled actually was consciousness, and what I was hearing actually was aspects related to shared consciousness, shared awareness, or so I'm not exactly sure how all that fits, but what I'm hearing is You're actually within there's a connection with a soul contract, and that there are parts of shared consciousness that you have with this person, if that makes sense. So what I'm just seeing, like, what else do they have to say about this? I feel like they're saying, like, don't sweat the details. Like, this is really not a massive deal to sort out. I feel like there's a lesson in there, but it's like, don't get hung up on the details. That's what they're saying. Don't get hung up on the details. I'm just going to pull a card from my Gilded Tarot here, so it makes sense to you. Good. Are you moving to the UK? I feel like it's like there's an opportunity for that, but it's not necessary for you to have closure. So there's something related to this person you need closure to because of a previous incarnation that you had. And then before you came here, you were, you agreed to share some aspects of consciousness. But it's like they're saying, it's like, it's kind of irrelevant. It's like, yeah, don't get hung up on the details of this. They're saying, we're going to give you clarity. They're like, we're going to give you clarity, dear one. They're like, with so much love about what you need to know. And it's just going to, it's going to come to you. You don't need to chase after the answer. It's going to come. So let's see what comes up here. Oh, this is interesting. So it's the, I don't know if you can see this because these cards are so tiny, but it's strength. So this is about like, this is part of the major arcana within the tarot, which means these are like big secrets, big things. So it's the embodiment of strength right now within your life. So it's the letting go of areas where you felt weak and to actually embrace. Again, it's coming back to the identity or the avatar that you think you are, as opposed to the real you as a being, as a part of God, as God, the fractal of God, a much, much bigger perspective. So it's like even this detail related to this person is like such a tiny sliver of the pie of your life and of who you are. I feel like I'm hearing the word break out. So it's like breaking out of sort of a current reality or system of thoughts that are no longer serving you. So it's bigger. This is actually like a catalyst to actually help you shift your reality into where you actually really want to go. So I feel like they're saying, like, you're in creator mode, and I know you do music stuff, so you're totally in creator mode right now. And there's a depth and strength within you that you can draw upon. This is your higher self giving strength to you. Not only that, but they're making a comment about the strength that you've had, Joey, in terms of the sheer will to live. Because I'm hearing like there's a part of you that's going, why am I here? And you've had all of these life experiences, and it's like, and what I'm hearing is that the sheer will to live, the sheer will to survive has gotten you to where you are, but now you're shifting. Again, another similar word here, from surviving into thriving. And thriving this is about, the word that comes up for you, Joey, is about vibrancy. What brings forward the vibrancy of the real you, the authentic you? But just understand, they're saying, don't get attached to the avatar or the identity that you think you are right now, because you are so much more than that. They're talking about you being a light being on other planets and various things like this as well. So you've had lots of different experiences, and I feel like you can pull in stuff from the energy associated with other incarnations that you've had as well. And then, interestingly enough, here's the confirmation under the deck for you is the sun. So again, another major sort of significant message is actually, this is your time to shine. And the sun is about prosperity and warmth and, beautiful relationships and connections and, the wealth, health, all of it. It's like they're saying, you can have it. You can have all of it. You can have your cake and you can eat it too. So that's your message for tonight, my dear friend. Thank you so much for being on here. Hi, Tammy Ray. No, you haven't missed it. I'm still live. Hi, Laurier. Nice to see you. Okay, let's go to Tanis. Tanis and then Cheryl. So if you guys are still here, just let me know you're still here. I'm just going to do readings for people who are here. Joey says I'm a dragon. I love it. Awesome. I had some really interesting encounters actually with spiritual encounters with dragons. Beautiful, like amazing, amazing, very comforting. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Joey. Awesome. Okay, Tanis, if you're still here, let me know. If you're not, that's okay. I'm going to do a collective reading at the end anyway for everybody. And Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl, let's go with Cheryl. Seeing if you're still here, just let me know that you're still here. Put a little heart in the chat or something. That would be great. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun. This is like so much fun. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Cheryl is here. Great. Okay, Cheryl, I'm not sure if you had a specific question, so if you do, please feel free to just pop that in the chat. I'm just going to backtrack. Denny says, you made me cry. Thank you for Carrie's messages. I feel he's around me. I miss him so much. It's very hard to be without him after 28 years joined at the hip. I know, right? Yeah. He's fine. He wants you to be well as well. So beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Oh, Cheryl says, where will I go after Florida? I'm hearing Mexico. Is that part of your plan? That's really interesting. Just immediately, that's what I heard was Mexico. I am getting somewhere warm for you though. I feel like they're just saying though, don't limit yourself because there's other possibilities. I feel like you're actually going to make another connection or a couple connections with some people, and you're going to be able to have the opportunity to go and explore a little bit and sort of figure out where you really want to be. That makes sense. Yes, I hear you. Well, Cheryl, Mexico, I feel like there's some connections there. So what that could look like, you may still potentially sort of be on your own, but still have connections with some people in the city. So let's talk afterwards. I have an idea. Yeah. I feel like there's a couple of connections for you in terms of possibilities around where you could actually go within Mexico. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's pull a card here. So this is the activation deck. Interesting. So this one here is Emerald Tablet Activation. This is like green, it's the heart chakra. And it says cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifesting. So when we are consciously manifesting, so we unconsciously manifest all the time. We're thinking about things we don't even think about, and then we wake up and then things happen. Like there's so many things going on. And a lot of times we couldn't orchestrate ourselves out of a wet paper bag sometimes, so there's a lot of divine orchestration that's actually happening and taking place in our lives. And the beauty of this is the divine alchemy. It's the transmuting, it's the mixing of things together, different elements of in terms of what's needed. What's coming up with this is like Chinese medicine. So it's the Chinese medicine. You brought up something about your armor, so like the health piece there. The protective piece here. So it's like Chinese medicine coming in, and the word with this is metal. What I'm hearing is like too much metal. So if there's too much metal, so the Chinese medicine relates to like, so there's like fire, wood, my brain went blank. Fire, wood, water, metal, and earth. There we go. It was a test, apparently. And it's almost like, so this relates to how energy or how things are being sort of transformed into the body through the muscles and tissues. So it's related to like the function of the muscles and tissues and that kind of thing. And what I'm hearing is almost like too much metal. So metal relates to several different things. One is the emotion of grief. So it manages that emotion. There's several other pieces you could look into this. But it's almost like there's too much metal, which actually relates to contraction. So not extreme contraction like water would, but metal is sort of like the aspects of response and surrender and our primary instinctual reactions to life. And so it's almost like when metal gets toned down, turning down the metal, the over functioning of metal within the body around sort of too much contraction, or sometimes even too much flexibility, or too much, it's hard to explain sort of like what I'm hearing coming up. But what I'm hearing is you're going to discover wood. You're going to discover a lot of expansion, a lot of growth, and the ability to adapt over this next year. So this is a really significant time in your life. I do feel like some things are going to come up that are, it's like stuff that has been below the surface, or where you've been questioning, like, okay, I've done everything that I possibly can. What else is there to do? It's like things old, they're saying old wounds are going to surface to be healed. It's like there's no more band-aids, there's no more coping mechanisms, there's none of that. It's like it's all surfacing to be healed so that we can move into a, so again, there's the balancing of metal, because what I'm hearing is like the response and surrender. So there's a deeper sense of like yielding, which is related to trust. So where there's been vulnerability, betrayal, or aspects of where trust has been broken, they're saying that this has created some of the armoring of the body. And so as the wounds are surfacing to be healed, and they're just saying you're ready. It's like you can't force it to happen. You can't force something to take place. You've been in a process. And I feel like the council is just saying there's so much love and support for you. And I feel like they're saying you're wondering to yourself how you're going to figure it all out, even though like there's another part of you where like, well, I'm trusting, I'm trusting, but it's like internally, and the mind is going, okay, how are we going to do this? How is this going to happen? And I really feel like there's an element of flow here that you're being invited into. And so what this is a, Cheryl, what I'm hearing is it's related to like stage 3 of a state of consciousness. So the first state of consciousness is the victim state, where, we may be a true victim to something. And then what happens is we're in this place where like life is happening to me. Everything's happening to me. It's to me. It's to me. You're not in that state. The next state is the manifester, which is life is happening by me. I have something that I can do. I have things that I can manage, and I can control. I can use affirmations. I can, I understand that I'm participating in the creation of my life. And the third stage, which they're saying that you're in right now with this particular thing, because we move through all these different phases depending on the situation. This is really great for everybody, just saying, even for me, a great reminder. And the third stage actually, so the manifestor stage, the second phase actually is using the masculine energy. It's like, I could do something about it, being decisive, making certain things happen. I know that if I do this, then this and this is going to happen. The third stage actually is shifting into a feminine energy, where you are in a yielded and surrendered state, where it's life is happening through me. And this is where we are in a place where we understand that the higher power, God, source, that things are moving through me, they're happening through my life. So there's a deeper sense of trust, a deeper sense of yielding and surrender. And I feel like this is the phase that you're in, as you're in this place where you are right now. And the fourth phase of consciousness is, this all comes from Michael Beckwith. I just latched on to, I was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. And the fourth phase is that life is happening as me. So it's even deeper, even bigger. It's like is happening as me. It's where we're stepping into I am, right? So like I said, we move and we cycle through these depending on, you know, what's happening in our life. But it's a great way. I just see you in this beautiful flow. And in addition to that, the feminine energy, I want to say, is not a weak thing. And even in being in flow is not a weak thing, but it's actually connected to also being in creator mode. So the feminine energy has a lot of creative power. So for those of you who may be struggling financially, for example, because it's so connected to our survival, oftentimes we will say, I need to make more money. And we need to shift out of the belief and the saying, I need to make more money. I need, you know, it's I need. So immediately you're in lack mode. You're very conscious of your lack. I need. So by saying I need, it's saying I'm in lack. I immediately notice I'm in lack. So what you can do, this is for everyone, like I said, you can shift from saying I need to make more money or I need this to how can I create more money? So instead, you move into a co-creator type of position with source, with your angels and guides, by using the feminine energy to begin to create. It shifts the frequency from lack to abundance, which we all are abundant beings. That is your natural state. Your natural state is abundance. It's not lack. The matrix is designed, or whatever's happening externally to us is very fear-based and is very much focused on us seeing our lack and our inability to be able to do things, to be happy, to, you know, to kind of be stuck in the grind. And so what we want to do is we want to shift out of that into the co-creator mode. So it means that I'm participating and I have the ability to create. That opens up new ideas, new possibilities, new connections, new avenues. We are abundant beings. So even if we're struggling with our bills right now, the moment you think I need to make more money in order to create more security, in order to do, or in order to be more secure and more stable, and I need to have a retirement plan and all of these things, it's very fear-based. The opposite of fear is love, actually, right? Because God is love, source is love. That is really who we are. That is our true identity, is love, abundance, right? Source is abundant. So no matter what is going on externally, if you listen to the stories and you follow the stories, you will live within the state of victim, or a victim consciousness, a victim awareness that is all happening to us. But actually we have the invitation right now, and this is what the council is inviting us to, is to live within a different frequency and to begin shifting our thinking and our belief about what's possible. So just for example, I'm rewatching The Matrix right now because The Matrix, although it's a movie, is more of a documentary. I don't know if you've heard people say that, you know, so it's like whatever sort of frame or conditioning that you've had related to even money or what is possible for you, it's a story. It is a story that sets a limitation, and anything where there is a limitation is actually a lie, because source is not limited. And if we are a part of source, we are also not limited. Although we have come and we've chosen to live within a life within the density of these experiences as a part of the evolution of our soul, but the truth is that what is really real actually is not just what's happening on from the physical realm. Anyway, that's quite the little rant there, but I hope it's helpful for all of us because again, there's a lot of arm waving. I know I'm so passionate about this, but But again, it's like whatever we choose to plug into, that's the energy source. So that becomes our reality, but we can shift our state of consciousness or our awareness into from life is happening to me, to life is happening by me, to life is happening through me, to life is happening as me. It's a completely different frequency. So we're being invited, even if we don't know how to do it, just say, you can just say, I'm ready, I'm willing to be willing. Help me become aware of where the lies and the limitations are, so that I can step out of that timeline and into a new reality. You're just one thought away from a new reality. You're one thought away from a different timeline. So every time you make a decision, you shift timelines all the time. You do it all the time. Okay, I hope that is helpful for you. I love it. Cheryl says, money flows to me. Joey, that's brilliant. Mark, love it. Satwinder, so true. Laurier, yes, awesome. So for those who are still here, I'm just going to do like a little one card. So I see Laurier's here. If you're still here, let me know. And I'm going to see what comes up for Laurier. Transit to a new frequency with a small change in your thought and language. Yeah, it's so powerful, you guys. We are so powerful. We are so freaking powerful. We don't realize it. That's all. So we have to ask our angels and guides, help me to understand how powerful I am. Help me to move into a state of co-creation as opposed to living within a state of lack and only seeing what I'm lacking or what I don't have. The reason you have what you have right now is because at some point it was a thought within your mind that you connected to or agreed to. This is part of it. It's not the whole thing, and you've created it. And the moment you create it, the moment you've thought it is out of your mind, you're already onto something new. Anybody get a new car? And when you get the new car, it's like, oh, this is awesome. And it's awesome for about a week. And then after that, you're on to the next thing. Why? Because you already have what you asked for, what you wanted, part of what you actually created and co-created and manifested. We are creators. This is what we're doing all the time. So what is it you want to create? What experience do you want to have next? You are not locked into your current reality or timeline. No, not at all. Man, they are really like on a tangent. So I feel the energy of just like, y'all, if y'all could see like how powerful you are and how much of the identity that you think you are is such a small portion of the reality of the soul and your beingness. It is so much more. And they're like, and that's all we'll have to say about that. That's funny. Okay, Laurier. So snake. So this is the snake spirit. I'm using the animal spirit deck. This is beautiful. It says time to heal. So I'm getting for you, Laurier, time to heal old wounds. It's the closing up. I'm seeing them closing up old wounds. It's really interesting because I'm seeing like a picture of a snake that would shed its old skin. But in order to shed the skin, it's like some of the wounds need to be healed and closed up so that a fully new skin can be formed with less vulnerability or weakness where there has been wounding. So that's what I'm seeing coming for you. And then from the tarot, oh, this is lovely, is the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is about celebrating everything that you've accomplished. It's like, don't forget the small things and the big things that you've accomplished, for they are great. The 9 of Cups is all about, this is about achievement. It's about global viewing. It's looking at things from a global perspective. So that's lovely for you guys, especially. Awesome. Okay. Allison, if you guys are here, let me know you're here. And we'll get to everybody else as much as we can. I'm going to do a collective reading at the end as well. Allison, let's see. Let's see what's coming for you. Satwinder, there is a message from your parents coming through. What's really interesting is your mother is gently holding your chin like somebody who would be wanting to get your attention, but with a beautiful gentleness. It's interesting because she's saying, don't worry about the details. It's all sorted out. Whatever you're worrying about related to the details, this feels like family stuff. She's like, it will all be sorted out. Don't even worry. She says, water off a duck's back, if that makes sense. She's like, let it go, let it go. She says, manifest something different. So whatever it is, sort of right now, it feels like you're trying to manifest something and you're feeling blocked. And I'm just hearing your guide. I'm hearing the guides say, there's another way for you. There's another way. So she's just saying, let it all go. It'll come back to you when it's time. In fact, actually, by letting it go and the surrender actually speeds up the process. If that makes sense. Yeah. Beautiful. Hello, Norma. I see you're here. Okay, Allison, let's see what's coming up for you. They're talking to you. They're saying something about your job. They're saying something about a change coming related to job as well. Some new opportunities. So either like a promotion or something, another job that's like a step up or a leveling up from where you are right now. They're like, I'm just hearing them say, they're like, this is just the start. This is just the start. It's just the beginning. They're saying manager, like a manager type role or situation is going to come available, like manager, administration, that kind of thing. So they're saying hold out, whatever that means. Okay, let's see what comes up in the cards for you. Oh, interesting. So it's the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles twos always have to do with a decision or a path or a crossroads. This has a rainbow. So it's like, no matter what you choose, they're making a joke. It's like, no matter what you choose, Skittles will pop out. That's like a rainbow. There used to be an old joke that was kind of not so nice, but they're like, whatever you choose from the rainbow, Skittles will pop out. So it's like something joyful, something that feels like really good for you. That is hilarious. And again, cups is about our emotions. So it's the achievement of some things that we've been wanting. Yeah, that's lovely. And then under the deck is the Queen of Cups. So this is about the maturity. You're stepping into a new place of maturity. And the Queen, again, could be, again, a confirmation around the managerial role as well, because the Queen is a leader. So she leads with love, with compassion. She has her emotions under control. She knows who she is. And there's a lot of strength there with her. So beautiful. Awesome. Norma. We're coming toward the end here. All right, Norma. Let's see what comes up for you. Oh, I'm getting to go to the activation deck. Is this helpful? Has this been helpful? I know like sometimes they like, I'm just channeling through a bunch of information that they're wanting to share so we can all rise together. So it's beautiful. Activation deck for Norma. Ooh, third eye activation coming up for you, Norma. So this is your brow chakra, inner vision, and clear seeing. It's getting hot in here. Clear seeing. I'm just hearing the song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So there's some clarity coming. I feel like this is related to future vision. They're saying, I feel like the guides are saying that change is coming. Change is on the horizon. They're like, don't give in, don't give up. So where you're feeling like you want to just let it all go, whatever that means, is like they're saying, don't give in. They're saying, hold the line, just wait. And they're saying support and help is coming. Mark says, turn the fan on. It is on. I just had to move it. They're saying, hold the line. Support is coming. Help is on the way. So I feel like they're saying, be open. They're saying, just begin to ask and be open to divine connections, divine support, that which is completely in alignment with the highest good for everyone involved in the situation, for everybody. So it's like, and they just keep saying, lift your eyes to the horizon, help is on the way. It's almost like a picture of like in the Lord of the Rings, you know, where Gandalf comes, or like the other warriors come. So it feels like this is related to like something that feels like a battle, is a battle scene. But there's a lot of light, there's a lot of brightness. So it's like, even though you might feel like you're in the valley, just hold the line. Help is on the way. Ooh, this is really cool. So under the deck for you, Norma, divine is the sword of light. So cool. I love when you get confirmations like this. The sword of light, divine protection, cords cut, and breakthrough energy. Help is on the way. I love it. Love it. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a collective reading. So I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot. This is this cute little tarot deck here. And I'm just going to clear some cards out of the way. Let's see kind of what's needing to be said or known for all of us, for the collective. You're welcome, Norma. My pleasure. Mark says, so great. All of the messages for everyone. You're so easy to listen to. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. I've had people tell me they fall asleep when I talk to them, especially if I'm taking them through a meditation. I hope you're not falling asleep. Okay, so this is for the collective. So I'm just gonna pull some cards here. We're gonna look at obstacles. We're gonna look at things in the way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How's everybody doing? If you're just hopping on, even let me know if you're watching the replay. You guys can share this with your friends too. My goal is just to encourage. Okay, so so this is really interesting. So the first thing that came up in terms of like where we are at is the Two of Wands. So this represents the collective right now. So this is about two different paths, and it's connected to our passion, our desires, things that we're wanting to do. And there's a light coming for the related to the path. So this is kind of like where we are. Light is coming, truth is being exposed, things are coming into the light. And both of these paths are being illuminated to us right now, decisions that need to be made. And so what covers us actually is the moon, and this is associated with illumination. So we're coming into this time of illumination. Things that have been in darkness coming in, there's illumination coming. Of course, I believe we've just had a big full moon, which is a significant time. Full moons represent illumination, so that's really beautiful. A lot of light. I feel like what's interesting about this is this actually shows some mechanical stuff. It's like illumination to the mechanics of how things are working. So they're saying that this is actually also environmental. So it relates to things that are not, it's not us, it's things that are external to us. So there's illumination to the mechanics of things, both, it's not really about positive, negative, because they're like, we don't actually judge either way, whether this person's better, that person's better, whatever the situation is, it just is what it is. And again, when we shift out of judgment, it actually helps us to move into a state of being more at peace and at ease within the body state and the state of the mind. And so the obstacle that the collective is actually facing right now is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands represents, wands is about, there's a lot of fiery passion, right? So when desire and passion actually are not tempered, right? The fire can get out of control. oh, they're bringing up stuff with the fires right now, like lots of fires with the summer and the heat. I know in Alberta, BC, there's a lot of fires, lots going on within the world. And so they're saying that the obstacle relates to almost like too much fire and too much passion without enough temperance. So it's almost kind of like a bit of an obstacle. The obstacle actually can become our desires and our passion. So we can actually get tripped up on some of those things, especially without them kind of being tempered, right? So it's like molded or transmuted into something. 9 is about the global awareness, global view. It's community, the world, that kind of thing. So so that's really interesting. So it's connected to our passions, connected to others, to our community as well. There's something else they wanted to say about that. Oh, just about the temperance piece. So they were showing me a picture of a sword. So in order to sort of temper something, right, it's like you would take the big piece of metal or that they're going to build the sword out of, and the blacksmith has to pound it. It's got to be heated. It's got to be pounded. It's got to be shaped, right? So we're going through this time of being shaped, and we can get tripped up. This can be an obstacle, is actually this growth period that we're actually dealing with and going through right now. The best possible outcome that the collective consciousness is hoping for is the Ace of Wands, and this relates to the aces relate to being to new beginnings and new opportunities. Wands again is fire, so it's a lot around our passions, our desires, our careers, the things that we are where our heart really is. And this is about the creator. So it's the best possible outcome is for us to be able to co-create and step into some new beginnings and new opportunities. And then the piece in terms of what is underneath us, what is it that we have to work with? What we have to work with, the card that came up was the Hierophant. So the Hierophant can represent many things, but it can be related to everything from marriage, as in like partnering, partnerships, aspects even related to like institution, religion, things like this. Not even just that, but even just like rituals. They're saying, I feel like actually our guides are really referring mostly actually to that some healthy sort of routines or rituals would be really good to support and to ground us right now. So that would be things like meditation, going for walks, doing, connecting with nature, putting our feet in the water, our feet on the earth. So that grounding piece is really important. And then there's pieces related to our higher learning, to relationships where we're in partnership. So it could be a marriage to anything. So it's like pulling the good stuff out of the experiences we've had. So, even religion, right? So I've had my own experience within a religious context. I would never call it religious because for me, it was my connection with God, but it was within a set kind of an institution or a set of guidelines, rules. There's also the fear and control, but there's also a lot of love and acceptance and relationship that I received from that. So what I'm hearing is like, glean from the things that you've experienced, the institutions, religion, your faith, your spirituality, nature, pull all of that, the energy that would be really supportive to help ground you and undergird and to create the stability so that you can move into the highest, which would be being the co-creator. And that again, it came up so much tonight around that co-creative partnership with Source. And so then what we're leaving behind us is the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups actually is like the end of a cycle, but it relates to like sort of the past around having harmony in our relationships. So things are being harmonized so that we can actually move forward. If you look at this, you'll see there's like two people on there. There's like a rainbow. There's lots of light, lots of color. So it's like we're sort of moving out of sort of a cycle and into a new beginning. And the energy that we're moving into is the Empress. Now, the Empress represents manifestation, abundance, fertility, right? So the feminine energy again, here she is again, right? So it's the feminine energy, it's the creative, right? So fertility is all about creating, co-creator. This is our future, you know, as we step into the future. Council's just like, we again want to ask you, what is it you would like to create? If there's no judgment one way or the other, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, what would you want to create? To make the decision easy, it's really aligning with your heart, that if nobody told you what to do, what would you want to do? What would be most authentic in your expression? Because right now we're in a time of a lot of expression. There's a lot of exploding stuff. There's a lot of stuff around fire, the element of fire right now, a lot of heat, a lot of expansion. And we're in summer, which is also a time where it's not that we're doing all the things. It's actually a time to kind of like, right? When you're hot, things expand. But we're coming into a time, you know, as we come into September, October of the new beginning. So this is a great time to just allow yourself to kind of relax and then reflect on, like, where am I wanting to go with this right now? And so the outcome of this, if we continue on this path, is the Six of Pentacles, which relates to our connection to Earth and the physical world. The Six of Pentacles, six has to do with several things. One thing is coming up is sort of just more from an astrological perspective, and the sixth house is about our intellect. It's related to our achievements, so things to achieve. Stepping into a time of great success, even within the physical world, but this is also connecting with our well-being. So they're saying this is key. It's really about connecting with our well-being. And they're saying, you know, like lots of times people are like, well, I'm going to be selfish because I'm going to go do this today and look after me. And it's like, no, actually looking after yourself is technically one of your most significant higher purposes, because that will help you align with others that actually are of the same vibration or frequency. And in addition to that, we're moving out of, this is coming powerfully. This came up earlier today. They're saying we are moving out of the time of sacrifice. The time of sacrificing yourself is over and done. That is an old timeline. That is an old reality. Stop it. Stop doing it. It is time to stop self-sacrificing. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. That karmic cycle is over. And they're just saying, we are being very straight with you right now, because so many have lived from institutions, whether it be spiritually based or and religiously based, or from higher learning, you know, all these different things. There is a shift in the consciousness of mankind related to the self-sacrificing, that it makes you more worthy, or that you should sacrifice or do this out of obligation. And what they're saying is, actually, when you are not called to do something to help someone, but you do it out of obligation because you have to, you disqualify yourself from a different reality and a timeline, and you're in the way of someone else's calling. They're like, you are in the way of someone else's call. For provision will be made for all when all are in alignment with their authentic self. And in order to get to the authentic self, you have to move out of surviving, because that is very ego-based. You must heal the inner child, trauma, the conditioning, that your person, your human, has experienced. That is not all there is. They're saying, wow, they are very strong tonight. They're saying, so the old timeline is, for example, just as an example, the old timeline is I have to sacrifice, I have to do this, I have to look after these things in order to survive, in order for me and my family to survive. And they're saying, yes, that's true. That's one timeline. That is one consciousness. In fact, many are shifting out of that consciousness because many from the last 100 or even more years have been within the consciousness of if you work hard, then you can have what you want. And they're saying, but there is another way, there is another timeline, there is another state of consciousness, and this is the state of consciousness. This is the emperor. We are headed into the emperor, lots of fertility, abundance, the ability to co-create. And so it's a matter of shifting the belief, and the collective is actually coming into a time where they're saying, and even in millennials, I mean, so many people, they're just saying, like, the people that are coming forward now, they're not thinking the same way that our elders have thought. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a judgment. It is a shift in the totality of consciousness for mankind. There's a massive evolution taking place within the thought processes and thinking and even the conditioning. So those that are coming in right now, they're saying many of you fear for your children. Many of you fear for what is happening within the world and what will be left for your children. But we will tell you that those that are coming in with a completely different level of DNA. They're coming in with a completely different level of understanding. They're coming in with life is easier. They're coming in with solutions. It's already within their DNA. And they're saying that an example of this would be that a 3-year-old could work a 60-year-old person's phone. How long did it take us as adults? I'm just coming back in, but it's like, how long did it take us to learn how to use our phones? How long do you think that it has taken a 3-year-old? If you've ever watched little children, how long did it take them to learn how to get into your phone and to go and play on a specific program? Easy, because the technology is already within them. They're already coming in with the technology. And for some, they're saying that this actually it's like, for some who are not young, but they're a bit older, it's like a switch will be flipped. So when it's time, those who are already here, that are meant to be here within their DNA, actually, it's like the light switch will turn on and they will know exactly what to do. So they're saying, do not fear, do not live within the consciousness of fear. You can, but there is another way. You are a being of abundance. You are a fractal of God. You are connected to the source of all things. And so the belief or the limitation or the lie is that you are disconnected and your human is having this experience. But if you can disconnect from the identity of the experience to see from a higher realm, a higher perspective, you will not fear for the future of your children. You will have a deep understanding that they have within them the solutions that are needed. The solutions that are needed are going to come from a creative space. It's not going to come from the old. The old way is done and gone, and the new has come. The new way is coming, and it will be revealed there is no need to live within a fear or lack consciousness. And they're just saying, we know that this is hard for some to hear, and many of you are ready to hear this. It's very confirming and affirming. But they're saying it's like, you can live on the old timeline of like, I have to work hard. I have to do all these things. I got to have a retirement. I got to have this. Or you can switch. That's why they're showing the two paths. Or you can be on the timeline where you are living as your authentic self. That's why the self-sacrificing time is over, because there is another way of thinking and there's another way of manifesting what you want. And again, they're saying you can have your cake and you can eat it too. If you don't believe that, then you won't have it. But if you will allow yourself and will do the work, the inner work that it takes, because we're here for an experience. So we got to go through all the emotional shit and all that fucking stuff, got to go through all that. But as we're moving through that, we're validating all the emotional stuff. I sometimes say my human is having a really hard time today. She's feeling really crappy, right? So I attend to my human, but I understand that I am not just a human being. I am a being of light. There's a much bigger perspective. So in light of all this, I just want to take a moment as we close up here. If this resonates with you, just close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths. And as you take those breaths, I want you just to see you. And then as an observer to take 3 steps back or out of your body and just to look back at you. That this is you. This is everything you thought you were, whoever you think you are. And as you take those steps back and you become the observer, you're disconnecting with just the identity of just who you are in this moment, in this body, in this avatar. And can you show and can you send the human you just some love, some compassion? Can you see how hard they've worked? Can you appreciate how hard things have been at times, how challenging, and just that the sheer will to live and to survive has brought you to this place so far? And as you share that compassion and that appreciation, and you zoom out a little bit further, and as you zoom out, what are you now? Your consciousness. You are this beautiful being of light that is a part of God, that is God, experiencing himself through us. Himself, itself, herself, however you want to say it. Just take a few deep breaths. And you see all that you are is so much more than the identity of the human you are right now. And as you just step back into your body, your avatar, appreciating this deeper understanding and revelation, we're just asking our angels and guides to help lower the barrier of the body that the body has had, help lower the barrier of our beliefs and understandings thus far, to help us as we move and step into a new vibration, that this is our new reality, that we are love, we are abundant. It really is who we are. And that our human gets to participate in creating new experiences and new connections and partnerships. And that the emotions that we experience and that we feel are all a part of this experience, but it does not make up everything as to who we are. We are so much more. And so we can embrace the truth that we have chosen to come here, to be here, to have these experiences, whether on the mountaintop or in the valley or all of the above, that all of it is perfect for our healing, for our growth, and for the evolution of our soul. Amen and amen. And the council just says, and that is all. And we love you, dear ones. And we are with you, and we are helping you, and we are supporting you as you are shifting. We know that these frequencies and what is happening is challenging at times, but know that you are so much more, and you are more powerful than you can possibly imagine. That nothing truly can harm you because you are a being, an eternal being of light. That is who you are. And that is all for now. And with that, we are satisfied and we are complete. Thank you all for being here. And I had no idea that all of this was going to come forward, but if it's something that resonates with you or you want to share it, please do. It's public. I'm going to be posting probably some of this or clips of this on YouTube as well. If you're interested in some significant up-leveling and upgrading, there's an upgrade activation summit. It's a spiritual summit online. It starts for those in the Northern Hemisphere, it starts on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time and 1 p.m. Mountain time. So if you're in Alberta, and it runs till about 10 p.m. at night, my time, and the next day as well. And they're running, it's international, so they're also running it throughout Australia and all over in the Southern Hemisphere as well. It's only $55 US to join for the whole thing. And it's like healers, channelers, mediums, like all of the above. Just a great way to like really up level. So if you're interested, I'll post the link in here as well. And you're welcome to join. You can pop in, pop out, or whatever. And so many practitioners and people. And I'm going to be speaking on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's 10 p.m. EDT. I'm going to be talking about consciousness, the consciousness of the body, and understanding what our body is trying to say to us when we're in pain. And I'm going to do some mini readings and things like that too. So would love to have you. Many, many blessings. Thank you so much for being on here with me tonight. And you guys take care. Bye for now. There we go.